I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're exploring the soul-stirring depths of Jaime's inspirations. It's a poetic journey penned by Jaime Fidler. This collection reaches into the core of our shared human experiences, weaving together moments of love, loss, joy, and introspection. Jaime's work invites us to feel deeply, reflecting on our own paths through her candid and heartfelt verses. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank our team at Good River Print and Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her delightful book. The links are below this interview. Jaime, great to see you here today on Spotlight.
Thank you very much for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind Jaime's inspirations. Has this been something you've worked on for a while?
Oh, well, it's been something I've been working on since I was a teenager, and just the poems I wrote or whatever else like that. And then I had a friend across the street, and I told him I wrote poems or whatever else like that. And he's like, "Oh, you write poems? And let me hear one." So I read him a poem. He's like, "Oh my God, Jaime, that's very good or whatever else like that. You could be a book writer one day or whatever else." And I'm like, "You think so?" He's like, "Yeah, those poems are very good and very inspirational or whatever else like that." And I'm like, "Wow, you think?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You could do a book one day." I'm like, "Wow." So I tried to write a book and I made it into the publishing perspective. And I'm quite happy now that my book is out there to share my views and my ideas with other people.
Yeah, and I'm glad that neighbor was so encouraging because now your work is out there, like you said, for the world to see, for the world to enjoy. Tell us a
Yes,
little bit about your words and the different topics that you focus on. Give us a couple of examples of your poetry.
like present memories. It hurts me as I wink, as I look at myself in the mirror, as it smacks me in the face, the past or the future. The loneliness I feel, which prison do I see? As I walk slowly past through the memories. To walking down the aisle to nothing at all. It hurts me inside, but no one else can see it at all. The highness I feel as you look upon my face, the love that I lost, the love that I defaced. And that poem's called Present Memories.
Wonderful. That's very, very beautiful and very, very touching as well. Um, what do you hope readers take away from your poems? How do you want to touch them? How do you want to make them feel?
I hope my poems touch their heart. I hope that my poems tell them in a certain way of how their life has gone, because everybody's life goes in a different way. And I felt that I could write about my life and how it was going. And I did. And I didn't think that, like I say, my poems could be extinguished this far. But
Yeah.
my neighbor, the guy that I met, his name is Mwanda Maganga, I think. He's from Kenya,
Hmm.
and he is a very nice man. And he brought the poem book out of me, and I don't know. I just I think of what a tremendous job I've done. You
Yeah,
know,
you have done a tremendous job. I know it's like asking you to choose among your children, but is there a favorite poem you've written there?
my favorite poems are either Present Memories or You Have Shown the Light Through My Heart.
Mm. Is it
Yeah,
Present Memories based on your real life? Is that a story that
yes, yes.
resonates with you? Tell us about the story behind that.
I was in a car accident when I was 12 years old or whatever else, and I was in a coma for 6 months, 6 weeks, in the hospital for 6 months or whatever else. That I was pretty near close to dying, and that poem reminds me of me when I looked at myself in the mirror or whatever else. That just the poem just came out of me,
Yeah.
for my own look and for my own life or whatever else like that, and the poem just came out of my heart, and I wrote it down, and it has some unique words in it or whatever, and
Yeah. Well, it's
words.
very, very inspired, that's for sure. How often do you write poetry? Do you write every day?
I try to write maybe I just kind of write a little bit of poetry when I think of it. Like I thought of this one poem just a few days ago. It's kind of a little bit. Oh Andy, when are you coming home so I could see your luscious face? I don't remember the one, but
It's hard to put you on the spot and have you recite off the top of your head, but you did pretty good the first time, that's for sure.
or you
Um,
have shown the light through my heart. You have said the words I want to speak. You have been the one I've chosen, baby. You're the one I want to keep. I have said some words to push you away, baby. I want you closer to words I can't say. I'm so sorry for every word I said to make you change or make you feel this way. I wish you could see my heart because it's pouring out tears for the one I want every day, every night. I dream of you and wonder why you did what you did to make me cry. The last time we were together made me feel you were so distant ever. The feelings I have are so hard to ignore. Can you give me one more chance and I won't act this way to you evermore? The feelings I have are so hard to ignore. Oh, and I can't remember the last.
Couple of words. I was real, what you did recall was beautiful, that's for sure. It almost sounds like a song. It
It
sounds like
is.
it could be song lyrics, right?
Yes, I think it could.
I know. So we got to get a collaboration going on between you and a composer of music. And I think you'd be a great lyricist because those words are very, very heartfelt and very, very beautiful indeed. Is this the first time you've written a book? I presume it is, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So it's an
I,
exciting
I
time.
didn't feel my poems were that good to be brought into a book, but when me and my neighbor have joined a friendship or whatever, also that, and he is really nice and kind and stuff like that, and he touched my heart in the way he handled me or whatever else that. So
Wow.
I followed him and I wrote a book and it went in. So
Excellent.
I'm quite happy now that
Excellent.
everyone can read my work.
Yeah. I'm happy about it too, because like I said, I'm glad the work is out there. Now, these are poems you've written over a number of years, right?
Yes.
How many years do you think you've been writing poetry?
Oh, ever since I've been like 16 or 17 years old,
Okay.
and I'm now 46.
Okay. So for quite a while now. Gotcha.
Yes.
So you had to choose which ones would go in the book and which one wouldn't go in the book, right?
Yes, I had to choose on what ones I thought were inspiring enough to go in there. So
Yeah.
like I
So now
have
you've
wrote
got
some
a
poems.
lot of other poems to choose from for second and third editions of the book, I'd guess, right? So you got more books in you.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds great. And more coming. You seem like you write poetry all the time. So great. That's really, really wonderful. And so you like the idea of these poems being turned into music, right?
Well, they haven't been turned into music, but they could be changed
Yeah,
into music.
absolutely, absolutely. When you're reciting them, it sounds like they're very, very lyrical. That's for sure. Very, very
Yeah.
sure. So you
Well, thank
live
you.
in British Columbia, right?
Yes, I've lived here all my life. Well, I lived in Aldergrove for the last 43 years of my life, so
Hmm. And
it's
how do
quite
you
a
like
small
living
town.
in British Columbia? Is supposed to be one of the prettiest places in the world, I think, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. But you've got that Pacific Northwest climate, so you get a lot of clouds, a lot of rain, but I think it's worth it because of the beauty, the natural beauty that surrounds you there, right?
Yes, it does.
Do you
The tree.
find living in such a pretty place inspires you to write? Tell me about that.
Yes, I do find it inspiring to write about. I look at different earth sculptures and stuff like that, and that brings ideas to my head, and just the beauty of the earth brings ideas to my head, and the beauty of life.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. What's your favorite thing to write about?
With my uh, uh, just things that have happened in my life and things that I could feel and things that brought emotions over through my mind and through my heart and just emotions that I couldn't let go of.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think to be a great writer, you have to feel very deeply and very strongly, and you obviously do. And you're able to express yourself in words very, very well. So that's great as well. And I think when people read this book, they'll be able to reflect on their own lives, their own experiences, their own loves, their own interests, and see a little bit of themselves in those words as well, don't you think?
Yes, yes, I do.
And I guess that's kind of the point of being a poet, is to have that shared experience with people, to get feelings that are hard to express normally in everyday conversations and put them into words. And I think you've done that very, very, very nicely. The name of
Thank
the
you
book
very much.
is Jamie's Inspirations. It's a poetic journey penned by Jaime Fidler. It's a collection that reaches into the core of our shared human experiences, and that's what I was just talking about a few moments ago. And she beautifully weaves together moments of love, loss, joy, and introspection. It's a great book. It might become your daily devotional of books you want to read, reflect upon, think about, because they will touch your heart for sure. Jaime, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I appreciated it, and carry on with your life, and have a great day.
You have a wonderful day as well. Enjoyed speaking with you, and to the folks at home. I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.